Silicon Valley Bank, an epicenter for tech startup companies with $175 billion in deposits, that has collapsed.
A rough week for the banking industry.
The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank.
The second biggest bank collapse in U.S. history.
Depositors initiated $42 billion in withdrawals from Silicon Valley Bank. That caused the first Twitter-fueled bank run.
In March 2023, the financial world witnessed something that shouldn't have been possible in the modern era. A top 20 American bank, the backbone of the world's most powerful tech ecosystem, vanished into thin air in less than 48 hours. Silicon Valley Bank was not just any bank. It was the financial heart of the startup world, a place where the brightest minds and the biggest venture capitalists kept their billions, believing their money was safer there than anywhere else on Earth. But in a terrifying flash of digital panic, that safety shattered as $42 billion were pulled out in a single day, triggered not by long lines at a physical building, but by a viral wave of fear spreading across Twitter and WhatsApp at the speed of light. This is the story of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, a deep dive into how a series of hidden bad bets and a sudden rise in interest rates created a perfect storm that nearly brought down the entire tech industry, and why the digital bank run has now changed the rules of finance forever. To understand why Silicon Valley Bank was so important, you have to realize that for 40 years, it was the only bank that truly understood the high-risk, high-reward world of technology startups and the venture capitalists who funded them. During the massive tech boom of 2020 and 2021, when interest rates were near zero and investors were pouring cash into every new app and software company, Silicon Valley Bank saw its deposits explode from $60 billion to almost $200 billion in just a few years. With so much extra cash sitting around and nowhere to lend it, the bank's leadership made a fateful decision to take those billions and buy long-term government bonds, believing that interest rates would stay low forever, and that these safe investments would provide a steady stream of profit for years to come. It was a classic trap. They were using short-term money from depositors who could leave at any moment to buy long-term assets that were locked away for a decade, a gamble that worked perfectly as long as the world stayed exactly the same, but was destined to fail the moment the economy began to shift. The nightmare began when the Federal Reserve started raising interest rates at the fastest pace in decades to fight inflation, a move that sent shockwaves through the entire financial system and immediately turned Silicon Valley Bank's safe bond portfolio into a ticking time bomb. As interest rates go up, the market value of older bonds with low rates goes down, meaning that the billions of dollars the bank had invested were now worth significantly less than what they had paid for them, creating a massive unrealized loss that sat hidden on their balance sheet. At the same time, the tech industry began to cool down, and startups, who were no longer getting easy money from investors, started withdrawing their cash from the bank to pay their bills, forcing Silicon Valley Bank to sell some of those losing bonds just to have enough cash on hand. On March 8, 2023, the bank finally admitted the truth, announcing that they had lost nearly $2 billion on a bond sale and needed to raise more capital. A message that was intended to show transparency, but instead acted as a starting gun for the most high-speed bank run in history. Let's take a quick break to thank our sponsor who makes these deep dives into financial history possible. If the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank teaches us anything, it's that even the safest bets can fail if you don't have a system that adapts to the changing market in real time. That's why you should check out The Alchemist, an intelligent automated trading tool designed to navigate the volatility of the modern market by using advanced algorithms to find and execute trades 24/7. The Alchemist is built for speed and transparency, giving you a way to grow your wealth without being trapped by the same mistakes that brought down a multi-billion-dollar institution. Click the link in the description and use our code SiliconValley10 for a special discount to see how a smarter, more flexible approach to finance can help you build a more secure future today. Now, back to the 48 hours that broke the tech world. But the story didn't end when the government stepped in to guarantee the deposits. In fact, the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank was just the first domino to fall in a chain reaction that threatened the entire global financial system. Within days, the panic spread to other institutions that shared similar vulnerabilities, leading to the sudden shutdown of Signature Bank in New York, another major player that had heavily involved itself in the tech and crypto spaces. Suddenly, people weren't just asking if tech banks were safe, they were questioning the stability of the entire banking sector, pulling billions of dollars out of regional banks and moving them into massive, too big to fail institutions like JP Morgan Chase. The shockwaves even crossed the Atlantic, accelerating the spectacular downfall of Credit Suisse, a 167-year-old European banking giant that was ultimately forced into an emergency takeover by its rival, UBS, just to prevent a global banking contagion. Meanwhile, back in California, the remnants of Silicon Valley Bank were placed into receivership by the FDIC, sitting in limbo until First Citizens Bank stepped in weeks later to buy the surviving assets at a massive discount. While the tech ecosystem breathed a collective sigh of relief that their payrolls were safe, the damage was already done. The era of blind trust in regional banks was over, and the realization set in that the financial system was far more fragile than anyone had wanted to believe. The fall of Silicon Valley Bank was a wake-up call for the entire world, proving that in an age where billions of dollars can be moved with a single tap on a screen, the old protections and regulations of the banking system are no longer enough. It showed us that the social media bank run is a real and present danger, where a few viral posts from influential people can destroy a 40-year-old institution in a matter of hours, regardless of how strong its history might be. While the immediate crisis was stopped by the government's intervention, the bigger question remains: can any bank truly survive in a world where fear travels faster than the truth and where the digital crowd has the power to pull the plug at any moment? The Silicon Valley Bank collapse wasn't just about a bad bet on bonds, it was a glimpse into a new era of finance where the speed of information is the greatest risk of all. Thanks for watching. If you want to stay ahead of the next big shift in the financial world, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that are reshaping our economy.